Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Leilani of Barbados. Well. Meghan and Harry have been roasted at the Golden Globes. Let's talk about it. And I also have a joke to give you at the end of this about Oprah Winfrey, so stick with me until the end, okay? Anyway, the Golden Globes aired for the first time in 2 years on TV, and Meghan and Harry have been the butt of the jokes. What I found really interesting was not so much the monologue of Joe Coy, the presenter. I found him quite, I don't know, his jokes fell flat. He kind of fumbled over his words and laughed over his jokes, and it was not a good look, okay? But what I found really interesting was what the cast members had to say about Meghan Markle.
Heard all these rumors that Meghan may come back to acting. Would you guys team up again?
You heard that rumor?
No, Meghan's not invited to that one.
Who texted Meghan and said, "You gotta come to the Golden Globes, Meghan Markle"?
We don't have her number.
Yeah! That's a good one.
We just don't. So she'll see.
Girl, they do not like her. They do not like Meghan Markle. It's so bad that I honestly wonder, did she leave Suits because she was dating Harry, or was she fired or asked to leave? Like, nobody on that cast likes her. It's crazy. And girl, I don't know if they had a Zoom meeting, a Teams meeting, a conference, a United Nations summit, but they got together as a cast for sure before this and decided any questions about Meghan Markle, we're gonna be dodging. We do not want to talk about her. Even the cast members' wives, like this lady, you can see how her face falls when Meghan Markle is mentioned. Immediately, she's pissed off.
Heard all these rumors that Meghan may come back to acting. Would you guys team up again?
You heard that rumor?
Yeah, well, I mean, no, I think the truth is that we made up a rumor because we wanted to ask you about it, and that's the truth. But would you ever team up again?
I think Meghan's a fantastic actor, so we'd be lucky to have her back in the industry. Sure.
But most important,
Yes. Let's go. I'll do it again.
do a spin-off or something.
Yeah, I'm ready. Mike and Rachel in Seattle.
What happened?
Yeah.
She literally is us when Meghan Markle is mentioned in real life. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's just like, oh, what did you say? Who did you say? It's terrible. It's clear that Meghan Markle has a personality disorder called hateability, and it's off the Richter scale. I only wish that the cast had come together and talked about how they were going to do this bit, which is when they're presenting an award and the bit was fumbled.
Oh, hey guys.
Whoa.
Don't forget about us.
Did you forget about us?
What? No.
Sorry, not sorry to interrupt.
I do think they forgot about the nominees.
Right, nominees,
However,
yes.
right?
Let's go to the nominees.
And it was a bit confusing and crazy. And, you know, they have the Sussex camp that is saying, sorry, that's Blueberry. Okay. And you have the Sussex camp that was totally expecting Meghan Markle to show up with these other cast members from the curtains. But it didn't happen. Of course not. She wasn't invited, by the way. She wasn't.
I'm your host, Joe Coy.
Now, although I did not laugh about the monologue, I did think it was quite cringe. What I did enjoy thoroughly was when this cast member, Gina Torres, a woman of color, says, "We don't have her number." And she's so quick with it. This is why I say they must have planned this before. She's so quick with her response. "We don't have her number. We just don't." And it's almost like she could have done this at the end. Okay.
We don't have her number.
Yeah! That's a good one.
We just don't. So she'll see.
They don't like Meghan Markle. Maybe that's because of all the stolen valor that Meghan did when she used to refer to Suits as her show.
But even though I'd been on my show for, I guess, 6 years at that point.
Wouldn't you be upset if you were an actress and this side character was referring to Suits as her show when she's not even the star? And because she has this public platform now, because she's engaged to a prince, she can posture and even get her boyfriend to pretend that she was the most important person on the show.
And then straight into filming the next day, 4 a.m. wake-up calls on a Monday,
Yes.
straight into set, you know. And
Right off the plane and straight to set,
yeah,
and just coming
I'm just
back and doing it
trying
again.
to.
When she's just doing the bare minimum. It's the same thing she did back in elementary school when she claimed all the credit for the Procter & Gamble letter when it was a class project and was probably written by Billy in the third row. Who knows? Giving a grifter like Meghan a platform is the worst thing that ever happened on this earth.
We don't have her number.
This was so satisfying to me. Or as Meghan Markle's guest Ziwi would say on her podcast, this was really huge for me.
This is huge for our community. No, honestly, you do look like a Nigerian. You look like my Aunt Uzo.
Because you have a public-facing person, finally, a celebrity in Hollywood, besides yours truly, of course, saying, we disavow her. We want nothing to do with her. I just wanted to speak on this a little bit. Look, when that Oprah interview came out and I talked about it, I got so much backlash. I got so many bad comments. It's so many times I wanted to make videos on my comments, but I can't because they're so terrible. There's so much foul language. There's so much hate speech in it. People were coming for me because they said, I'm a woman of color. I may not speak about Meghan Markle. Now people realize she's not an ally, she's not trying to identify as anything like us, and it is not a torch we should bear. Just because Oprah Winfrey sanctions Meghan Markle does not mean that the rest of the world of women of color do. Oprah Winfrey is not our Jesus Christ. Do you understand what I'm saying? Speaking of Oprah Winfrey, let me give you this joke now. So Oprah's name has been mentioned a lot recently. There are a lot of disgruntled actresses under her movie The Color Purple, the new one, who have not been paid properly by Oprah. And they're coming out here and crying, and really it's very disheartening actually to watch it. I don't know, maybe they're thinking, why would you give Meghan Markle $9 million for an interview, but you can't pay us for our work, our literal profession?
I see what you do for another production, and when it's time for us to go to bed, you don't have any money. They play in your face.
Oprah, dancing up to Taraji in this way is Oprah mocking Taraji, following her Sirius XM breakdown, because Oprah's the producer and I control the money, and cry all you want, Taraji, but you're not getting more money from me.
So she has been coming up a lot in the news, and I was pouring through all these paperwork, these documents of the Epstein list, and I saw that Oprah Winfrey was on it, and I was like, happy days. I was like, let's go. I was so excited, but of course I had to do my research and I had to fact check everything, and it's been debunked. Yeah, Oprah is not on the list. It's crazy, right? This list is so crazy and so confusing because what has happened is that Jeffrey Epstein was a very insecure man, among other horrible things, and kept showing off to these girls and name dropping and saying, oh, I've just come off the phone with so-and-so is my really good friend. So a lot of the names that are listed are hearsay from the girls who said that Jeffrey Epstein mentioned these people. Not that they saw them, not that they met them, all of them, not that they massaged any of them, but that he said he was friends with them. And these names have been released in full as the judge ordered. To me, that's kind of crazy. But anyway, the point is that that's why people are getting so confused, especially because we are still waiting for more names to be released. So how this happens, how this originates is there's this social media post which says false information reviewed by independent fact checkers. Of course, you know your girl clicked on it. Every single one was on Epstein's flight logs. And so you have this video of everybody getting these awards, including Oprah Winfrey. And this is where the rumor starts. And so it was fact checked by USA Today, which says Bill Gates is the only person in the video whose name appears on Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs. So Oprah was not on it. It is what it is. You win some, you lose some, I guess. The reason why Oprah was so confused up in this is because she is friends with Harvey Weinstein. She had that school in South Africa where girls were diddled with, and then at the same time as that happened, a school in Nigeria lost girls. Girls went missing from the school in Nigeria. This is where the story gets spun, which is false for legal purposes, that the school that lost the girls was her school, and those girls were flown out to Jeffrey Epstein's island. It's not true. The school's in Nigeria, her school's in South Africa. The girls were black. As far as I can see, there were no black girls on Epstein's island. And that's why I said in my last video that it's almost better to say who's on the list than to say that names are still sealed and forthcoming. I want to say something. I have been reading these documents and I just find it really crazy that we can say that people flew out to that island, okay, and did nothing wrong. If you flew out to that island more than once, I'll give you once, but if you flew out to that island more than once and you saw a single man who has a house full of young girls. I don't care if you went for a science conference, Stephen Hawking. I don't care if you went to perform, David Copperfield. I don't care if you went to eat some dinner and soak up some sunshine. All of these highfalutin people had access to holidays in the Caribbean, access to jets, and access to all of it. There is no pull for them to go to Jeffrey Epstein's island over and over again, okay, and saw nothing wrong, when girls were literally there 24/7. Young girls. I'm not saying that some of them weren't there of their own volition. I'm not saying that some of them had no choice and they were trafficked. I'm not saying not. I'm just saying if you keep going to that island, seeing the setup there over and over again, how are you cleared of wrongdoing? Like how? Anyway, I don't want to get too much into that because it's very triggering for a lot of people. I know it's a very horrible scenario, and that is all I want to say about it. Oprah Winfrey is not on the flight logs either. You can be on the flight logs, or you could be mentioned by the girls, or you could be both. So it's a lot of names. Anyway, I am so happy that another woman of color has come out and disavowed Meghan Markle. And that just goes to show you that Meghan Markle, it's not about your ethnicity or the race you don't claim that you are because you present as a white woman and you pass for white, and we went through all of that already. We've done all that. But it is not about, it is your personality, it is the essence of you, why people don't like you. The hateability factor, if you will. And now you know. Okay, lots of love to you. It's not like if they need another blow. I understand that. I know that they're failing. They failed. Downfall, everything. End of. I love you. Goodbye. My God. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you liked it. It really helps my algorithm. Thank you so much.